It's Shane here from Motorcheck, and today we are in Birmingham at the NEC for the Auto Mechanica show. And it was a great opportunity for us to bring our AVILOO battery certification tool around all the stands. But as it happens, I've got Natalie with me. Natalie has just joined the company as our National Account Director. And Natalie wanted to take her previous company car over to her new role at Motorcheck. Her previous company car happens to be a BMW iX3, is that right, Nat?
That's correct.
iX3. And she was very keen, the car being just over 3 years old, with how many miles?
54,000.
With 54,000 miles on it, that the battery was still pretty good before she buys it herself. She has called a number of BMW garages and the fleet management provider, and they've all had some difficulty in certifying the battery. The best we could get was one of the BMW dealerships offered to bring it in and perform a diagnostic on it. It would need to be on site for just over half a day. They would need 2 hours to conduct the diagnostic. The cost was going to be £200. And at the end, she would just get something verbally from one of the technicians as to whether there was something wrong with the battery or not. So no certificate or nothing official to show her how the battery was doing. So we've been told by AVILOO that it's a very simple test to carry out, that you don't need any official training. So I'm going to take over in the camera now, and I'm putting it up to Natalie to actually carry out the test, and fingers crossed it'll all go well. Bear with us. Thank you, Nat.
Hi, I'm Natalie. So, first of all, we'll connect the AVILOO system into the OBD, which is the onboard diagnostic port in the vehicle.
It's like plugging in a SCART lead, isn't it, into the back of an old DVD or video player.
It absolutely is. Let's just make sure that I have it the correct way around.
That's what it reminded me of.
There we go. Easy as that.
Okay.
Then take this and plug it into the AVILOO unit itself here.
Yeah. And I think the case came with a whole series of cables for different cars. So it covers 98% or so of all the vehicles out there. And we've got the right cable there for the BMW.
You then have to make sure that the seat belt is connected in place so it can be activated.
Okay.
You then make sure that the ignition on the vehicle is on. So foot on the brake and start this one. The unit will then turn over here from blue to orange to green. Once it goes to green, as you can see within seconds, it will actually start retrieving the data from the vehicle itself. Leave that for 2 to 3 minutes, and this will give you a full battery and state of health check on the vehicle. We'll just pop it there while it does its magic.
Yep. So what AVILOO have told me is that there's a SIM card built into that system. So you don't need to have a Wi-Fi connection or anything. It's going to read it remotely once there's a GPS. If there's no GPS signal, it has an SD card on there, so it'll store up to 1,000 tests, and when it gets back into a signal again, it'll send it back up to the cloud. That's the little travel case that we have for carrying it around. It's gone now to a solid orange state on the actual unit, which means it's reading all the data. Then it's going to go to flashing green, then solid green, and then it's done. And that takes 3 minutes in total. So that was 3 minutes, and we are back now with a solid green state on the AVILOO. Nat, if you open up your inbox, you should have received a certificate. So let me come around over your shoulder for the moment of truth. What have we got?
I have indeed. We've got a flash test report here, which it's got an AVILOO score of 99 out of 100. So the battery's at 99% state of health. It's checked the usage and the history, which is dynamic to charging and driving behaviour. Its high voltage battery performance is 30 out of 30. The control unit is also clear, as is the vehicle communication interface.
That's brilliant, isn't it? So 99, it couldn't get any better really. And this car is what, 2 years old?
3 years old.
3 years old with 50,000
54,000 miles. It gives me complete confidence to purchase that vehicle, knowing that imminently I'm not going to be faced with large expenses in addressing any issues with the battery.
Was there another attachment on the email that's like a little image file that anonymizes the test results, so it doesn't display any VIN numbers on it, but I think it's designed for people to put out with the listing of the car? There it is, that's it at the bottom.
There we go. So it doesn't breach any GDPR data. It just basically gives it appertaining to that particular vehicle, and it's got an overall status check of 98.76%. So if that was on a dealer's forecourt, they would have ultimate confidence in purchasing this vehicle.
And what's great about it, and I know you've come from a finance background as well, Natalie, is that certificate there takes a snapshot of the car at a particular moment in time.
That's
so
right.
There's no, obviously if a dealer sees a red flag on that, he knows not to continue with the car. We've got a big issue with one of the cells in the battery or something. But now we can certify that at the time of sale this battery was at 99%. So that's great for anybody involved in the chain, the dealer selling it, the person putting warranty on it, the finance company who's going to lend against it or perhaps put in a residual value or take a view on a buyback. It's fantastic, isn't it?
Absolutely, that gives peace of mind and certification, especially most vehicles of this retail price point would be on finance. It gives the consumer and the lender ultimate confidence on that vehicle. So if the consumer should come back within 6 months and under the Consumer Rights Act and try to say there's a problem with that battery, without this, the retailer has got no leg to stand on. It would be proven that it would be reasonable to assume that the battery had an issue that was present or developing at time of purchase. Well, this is certified by AVILOO, recognised by manufacturer, actually states that at that time there was nothing wrong with that battery.
Yeah, that's very important. Great, so you've got a nice car. Well done.
Thank you.
Thanks, Nat.
And it's easy to uninstall. Just an unplug here and away you go. And you can put it back in the neat little box, back to sleep to use the next time.
Yeah. And I know that some AVILOO dealers who have the unit, while it costs them a certain amount, I won't name numbers here in case they've changed on the website, but you can charge a significant margin on that. It's about 100% on top for a retail certificate, which still comes in well under £100 and a lot better than the £200 you were being quoted by that BMW dealer for a state of health read on the diagnostic and nothing to show for it afterwards. So
absolutely, that would just
great
be a
value.
verbal that battery's okay, we couldn't find a fault, but that particular BMW authorised dealer could not give me an email or any official certification that they'd done that.
Great, thank you.